That's so brilliant! This video is sponsored by Photrus. And it's really like that. Soft light is one of those factors that can make an image look more like a painting, right? And this is why we tend to use soft light in fine art photography. But it's not always possible to get soft light, obviously. Sometimes we are simply too late, so that the light got already too harsh. Sometimes the weather god has simply different plans with us. Whatever it is, in this video I'm going to show you how to deal with the situation when the light got already too harsh. My friends, very nice to see you. Harsh light is quite difficult, I have to say. It's so dynamic, it kills the harmony in a scene actually, which is why I always try to avoid harsh light. You know, harsh light is given when we have just a smaller light source. And the smallest light source we have in landscape photography is the sun. Yeah, I mean, I know the sun is quite big, of course, but as it is so far away, it is just a tiny point in the sky, right? And that is what leads to harsh light. But fortunately, the sun is not the only light source we can use in landscape photography, at least not the only direct one. Using the orange stripe in blue hour is quite a good idea, I have to say. The atmosphere gets illuminated, which leads to a much bigger light source than the sun. And you guessed it already, soft light is the result. Or we could use clouds as a kind of natural diffuser, which converts that point light of the small sun to really big and also to soft light source. But what if there is simply no orange stripe, or if there are no clouds between the sun and our scene? And I had exactly that problem in a Abruzzo recently. I took some fantastic shots of a castle ruin with the sapphire of the orange stripe in blue hour. Just awesome, really. But then I went over to another spot. And the thing is, yeah, I was not quick enough, to be honest. And so when I pressed the shutter release button, the light got already too harsh. And I even vlogged out there, by the way, so let's see how I managed to get the image anyway to work. Oh no, I wasn't quick enough. The sun rose already, and that's not good because the light got too harsh already. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to photograph towards the chapel and the church, because I like this panoramic actually of this ruin here on this mountain with all these rocks back there. The rocks are also quite important. This is why I'm also using rocks here in the foreground for this image. I'm in setup here, as I already mentioned. I was just not quick enough. So what I did is, I mean, I worked on this composition already yesterday, but I want to be honest here with you. It's a thing of imagination. Whenever I'm working on a composition, it is like, you know, I have to imagine how will it look with different light, where the light comes from the other direction. And that could change everything for the composition. And in most of the cases that works for me. This time I was not 100% right, I have to say. I had to change my composition, and this is the problem. Otherwise I had nailed it. I think I was exactly in time with taking the exposure before the sun went up. But then I saw it doesn't work, and then I had to change it. The composition is great, I absolutely love it. What I did to get a little bit of way with the harsh light is I put a black mist filter on, half stop. That takes the contrast a little bit away. So I think it could work. I think it could work. I mean, it's not ideal. It would be better if I had just used, you know, the upcoming light from all over there, over the mountain. The sky is really burning back there and gives this subtle side light. Now we have harsh light. But anyway, I think it's okay. It's an okay shot. I took it already. I'll show it to you right now. Yeah, mist filters can really help in harsh light, and I'm using these here from Case, and the big advantage of them is actually that it doesn't take all long to get them on and off on the camera due to the magnetic system. It's really just something like that, and I can use them and put them away again. And there are also differences between black and white mist filters, by the way, and they even do more with an image than just reducing the harshness. But I will not go in detail here, as I made already a comprehensive video about this topic. I will link it in the end of this video. However, after I took this shot in harsh light, there was anyway no reason for me to go home immediately. I found one more composition with that same harsh light, and the sun was already up even much higher than before. I didn't use mist filters for this one, I did something different. Another thing you can do to get rid of harsh light is you can use the effect of haze to get it a little bit down, so without a black mist filter or something like that. So what I'm going to photograph here is I'm photographing in that direction with all these hills, these waves of Apenin or something like that, which are illuminated from the right hand side, and we have the shadows on the left hand side, and we have this amazing peak here in the distance. And the haze makes everything a little bit softer, so it's also harsh light back there, but as we have haze between, we have a kind of natural black mist filter or something like that between our subject and our lens. I'm here with my long lens at around about 180 millimeters, something like that. And yeah, I would say, let's make the click. Yeah, when we break it down, we can't change the size of our light source, of course. But what we can do is we can diffuse the light of our small light source to take the harshness a little bit down. And that can either be done by a mist filter or by softer atmosphere, as it is with haze. But what if there is no haze and we also don't have mist filter on our lens? When I took this image here, I got suddenly surprised by stunning light while I was hiking up a mountain. So I just threw down my backpack, I grabbed my camera and I took the shot. There was no haze, and I also didn't put a mist filter on because I knew that a light would last just for a few seconds. So when I look at this image here, it doesn't seem that there are many details in the highlights on this old castle ruin, right? And that's bad, of course. But fortunately, I exposed right, which is really important, so we can bring back the details with Lightroom. That's definitely possible. It's just not as quick and easy, you know, as just putting a mist filter on or off or something like that. What I did is I created a luminance mask in Lightroom just for the lights. And then I brought down the highlights and maybe also the whites. Yeah, it looks a bit too heavy now, so what I also did is I tried to diffuse the lights a little bit by using negative dehaze. It's just, you know, we shouldn't overdo that, as that can really ruin a photo, also when it's a castle ruin. However, that works, but again, it's definitely easier to use a mist filter instead, especially when we want to have it looking really harmonic. With the Lightroom alternative, you have to put a lot of effort in that it looks really authentic. But I have to say, mist filters are often misunderstood as a kind of, cheating filters if you want, which would add mist or fog to an image or so, but that is definitely not the case. They just create a kind of subtle diffusion between your subject and your lens, and that can help amazingly in harsh light conditions. But not only, mist filters can do much more, and I made already a comprehensive video about that. I will link it here for you. Friends, I hope you liked this video. If yes, please give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.